I don't have like a professional intro. I keep saying that, and I I actually do have a nice intro now. But Bilal Zafar, is that how you say your name?
Yeah,
I said it right.
Or Zafar.
Zafar.
Yeah.
Zafar. Okay, cool. You do PES streams. You're a comedian. You're an actor. First of all, thank you for being on such a small show. This is
That's okay.
honor for us to have you here.
It's my pleasure.
How did this come about? How did you become a full-time PES manager on Twitch?
Oh, well, it happened because of lockdown, really, because my job was, I don't really do that much acting like that. I mean, that works hard to get anyway, but I do stand-up. That's my main thing. That's my main income and everything, and I had all these plans for this year. And then around, I guess like late April, it all just, everything had to be cancelled overnight pretty much. So I had nothing to do, which was, I was probably having like panic attacks at the start and everything. But then I thought about, I looked at Twitch before and I thought about it, but I just didn't think I'd have the confidence because I don't usually do stuff like, I don't really film myself and do little Instagram videos like people do. And I don't usually like that sort of thing. And I thought that's what Twitch was like. So I just thought I couldn't. And then I spoke to a friend of mine, Limmy. Do you know him?
No, I don't know Limmy.
He's a massive streamer here. He's got very niche kind of weird humor. You'd love him. But he's massive on Twitch, and he basically decided to retire from everything else he was doing and just do Twitch
full time.
And I messaged him. Yeah. But he's massive as well. I'm sure he does very well on there. I messaged him about it, and he said, he said, dive in head first. Like, don't like tiptoe in, just like sort of go for it. So I followed that advice, and I started by just playing. I just did like casual streams where I was playing. I think like Portal 2 was the first game I played, which was fine, but I felt like it was a bit boring. Just even though that's the majority of Twitch, I felt like it was a bit boring me just sitting there and talking and playing. So then I just had the idea of like. So you said you're a PES fan, right?
Yeah, from like the early days. I haven't played as much lately, but yeah.
I was the same. So yes, PES 5 was my favorite game when I was like 13, I think. And I thought, I just had the idea that if you're on screen and you're playing a game, then it makes sense to be a character in the game kind of thing. And whenever you play any football game, or I don't know, I'm guessing most sports games, you imagine you are the manager of the club. That's
Sure.
what you're doing, basically. So I thought me being the manager and doing all my stupid humor would, that's fine. But I honestly thought it had been done before. I thought like, I'm sure loads of guys are doing this a lot better with higher budgets. And then it turns out that like no one.
you don't know how unoriginal like the FIFA and PES community really is until you start living in that world. Like it's most people playing like FIFA and opening packs and like there's like the creativity is like there's like 4 creators I know that can actually make somewhat either comedy or like really well edited content, and then everyone else is opening packs and streaming their like weekend league gameplay, which is I don't know.
I understand it though, because I'm coming at it as a comedian. That's been my job for a little while now. So it's like I'm always going to try and put a show on. Whereas that's not what Twitch is. Twitch is just gaming and talking. So, I understand it.
I mean, there's levels to that, right? I mean, I also think you're obviously a football fan, right? You would say I'm a football fan as well, but at the same time, I like making random, stupid, funny videos. Like to me, football was more of an avenue to make these like creative, stupid humor videos, which were honestly like cringe at the beginning. Obviously, every person makes cringe videos, but like it gets better over time, and like you find a groove, and then eventually you start thinking you've actually made something that you like to show other people. Before it was like, I want to put this to the side and never, like, I want no one to look at this, right? But now it's like, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I guess it's different when you're so what were you making? Like little comedy videos that you'd upload to YouTube or whatever?
Well, I started out doing generic stuff like anyone did. Like I would do FIFA series, like Road to Glories. And then like that kind of got boring. So I started doing like weird stuff like, I don't know, like there was if you remember back in the day, there was like those Hollywood PSA ads to like go vote or like climate change or whatever. Oh, yeah. And they had those really awkward like actors come in and say like, and I would come in out of nowhere like in frame and I'd be like, please stop buying EA games. Like it would be a PSA, like I edited it together, it'd be a PSA to not buy EA games. Yeah. I don't know what to call that, but that's what I did.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah.
So did you think this PES thing would blow up as much as it did when you started doing it?
No, I had an aim to like in my mind. I was going to do it for like 3 months max, and that was only I wasn't streaming every day. It was like 3 times a week I was doing Pez, and that's all I was doing at the time. I thought I'll do that. Yeah, give it like 3 months. If I'm only ever getting like 10 viewers or whatever, then just leave it because there's no point. But then it, yeah, I wasn't like I said, I'm very lucky because I've got Limmy, who I mentioned before, is massive on there, and him just tweeting about me helped.
Huge.
And yeah. And I found something that really helped me out was the clips, just cutting out little clips and sticking them on Twitter. That was massive for me. So the first time it kind of got big was I did a thing in a stream where I just improvised some nonsense where, excuse me, you know in PES 5 when a player goes off to international duty and it says summons to represent?
Yes. I remember
that happened for the first time. Yeah. Yeah, and I took that as he's gone off to fight in war, and then I improvised the whole thing where he eventually came back from war, and then I kept like kicking the ball out of play whenever he got it, like he's got PTSD, you know.
Yeah.
But that clip, like again, even with that, I thought that's my stupid humor, you know, whatever. But it's fun to edit it together, and that got like quite a lot of retweets. And then I noticed the next stream I did, I had a lot more people there.
Right.
So that it's been growing and great. Like yeah, I know I didn't expect it at all.